It looks like we're going to go.
Well, hi Crofty, doing my job. Crofty, beat it, son. Come on. No, stay in your lane. Like,
interesting, Dylan is on the hard tyres, down in 4th place. So
that's right. Stands left.
and division's
Right,
left.
everybody's leaving. Everybody's leaving.
I assume.
Oh, you're right enough, Max. It doesn't hang about. It does take a bit quite quick though.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm assuming.
I don't know. Are we gonna?
Queen has left. Yeah, everyone's just. Jitto has left.
Are we getting a practice start in?
Well, I guess so.
Let's see how they fare. Again, I'm just looking at the rear wings, the Red Bull and the Williams on the front bit there. As everybody does take their place. This isn't the official start, so do not worry. Everybody is leaving. There is going to be a restart that is confirmed. At least to half the grid leaving. We have no got word through yet, but we will probably just play it by ear. We will go through the start as per. Just to see what's happening.
I feel like someone's missing in P5. So we might be sitting here for a while.
No, you're right enough. There's a wee I've just noticed it behind the Red Bull roller for P3.
Probably people leaving. It's probably not helped this for a start. So they've probably just broken the game by people leaving. And everyone's just yeah, I think everyone's just leaving. So we'll probably not get our practice start. So most people have left now by the looks of it. Yeah.
Hopefully somebody
there
stream
we go.
or chat. Aye, there we go. So that more or less confirms that is your restart that will be getting itself sorted out, and we're the only ones in the lobby. Oh, do you want to see my motors? I'll show you my motors.
Yeah.
I'm gonna show you my motors. I'll show you my whip. Showroom. Nah, it's no the bit. Where is it? Supercars?
Supercars.
Nah.
No.
Where do you? Nah. Trophies. Home.
I should know what it is.
Oh, right, here we go. Right, there we go. Mercedes safety car there. Nice view of the beach. Right, just in case you want to go and take it down to the beach there, a few donuts and that. How do I go to the next room? Oh, there we go. There's my other Mercedes. I keep that in the garage. Seven Mercs are eyeing up. Corey's trying to take a step away, get out my garage, mate. My McLaren 720S just sitting at the bottom of the stairs. Nothing like jumping down the set of stairs and just looking at that bad boy just parked at the bottom. The Aston Martin, I bought that off Lawrence Stroll. He gave me a wee line of that. Elite Risks, there's my Ferrari. Don't get me wrong, that actually looks really nice. And you've got we're back at the. I don't really have many rooms in my house, to be honest. I'm still a aspiring F1 driver in my career mode, so there's no much to be shown you there. But I'm waiting for the invite. So
yeah, Mitzi says, "Oh, I can."
Oh, aye.
Golden Egg Friday set up the AlphaTauri, and then not long after he said that, we had to redo the lobby. Arben says, "Evening, gents. Evening." Sam said V2 ready up, so maybe we can just join the lobby. Let's try that.
I'm just gonna join. I'm going to just join the thing. So there we go. I'm just going to press Y to spect out.
Just join game.
V2's not going to lose much in the grand scheme of things if he started 15th, because I kind of the penalty mainly is being put to the back of the grid.
Yeah. So I don't. Where did he qualify? 14th, I want to say. So yeah, he's going to lose 4 positions. Yeah, not going to lose a horrendous amount. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see if Dylan goes with the hards again still. Obviously, you get to choose what tyre you want to choose. but obviously be most likely the mediums or the hards. So
I'm gonna have to put a phone in charge.
wait for
Sorry.
Crispy. Thanks for the
Just
information. Crispy needs to
there we
select
go.
his car once he's done the grid. Also,
Aye. There you go. I didn't expect to be showing you a wee tour of my house, but there you go. I've been living it up since I left commentary last. Um. Also, I don't know if you'll be listening, but we appreciate Matt taking the night off so we can do it. Like, get us back in for a wee shot of it. But I can't like I was sitting saying this like we've not done this in absolutely ages. We've had the commentary role like since like forever, and we just haven't used it together. Like, I mean, like kind like you did quite a lot of F2 commentary after I decided to pack it in for a bit, and then you took a wee break as well, and because of the rain thing, and but we're back. It'll probably just be for the odd occasion. It's no. Well, I mean, I don't know how you feel about it so far. I've been enjoying it, but again, there's something about a Sunday night that's just quite chill.
yeah, I agree.
Your number one fan's also in the chat as well.
What do you mean, Urban?
Big or Arbin, aye.
Of course, so I love my fans.
Aye. Aye, but like I just noticed them. I'm just because the chat keeps like disconnecting for me because like I keep going off the phone to chat the Discord to kind of see what's going on and what's happening, and then I come back and it's like you've been disconnected from chat, and I'm like great, and then it comes back and then like Arbin just like popped up for me there. So Arbin's listening. How many folk we got listening? 11. 11 will get like I don't know how reliable that is to be honest, but it does say 11 for me.
I think it says that for me as well. So yeah.
Aye, so you've got us two. You've got us two, Anders, Jimmy, another TV viewer, Badders, Midzy, Commander Root, Arbin, Gaming Remy, I think is Para, Golden Egg Fryer, Lizzie Beth, Joint Effort, Merx, myself, Evo. Welcome to everybody I've just mentioned there. Hope he's enjoying the stream so far. We are just kind of waiting for the grid to be organised, and we will have a brief intermission as well when we go into the lobby.
Someone's joined.
When we get to the race.
Andres.
Oh, Andres is here. Aye, so Andres will be at the back as well. And B Midzy says, "Cheers, Riggs." Aye, cheers to you too, mate. I've actually not actually spoke to Midzy in a while, to be honest. Like we also keep up with him and that in a chat, but I can't remember the last time we sat in a petty, but it's been a wee while.
Yeah.
He's a hard grafter now, I heard.
Yeah.
I nearly let out a bad word there. I kicked my foot off an empty box and it hurt my heel. Like, it's actually quite sad because it was right on the corner edge of it. But I
keep it PG.
I got to keep it safe for that audience as well. But I
Hopefully
I don't
be
know.
going soon. The lobby keeps getting updated and whatnot. I don't particularly know what's going on, but
I don't know either. I think it just might be one of the things, but it's like see you've got what's I got to say? Aye, what are we going with then? What's your top three for the race?
Top three. I want to say. I'm gonna say Ogween, Corey, and then I don't know. Who've got there? Who's in behind? Ogween. I want someone who's like a little bit further out. Maybe someone outside top 10. So I'm gonna say Crowding finished as third. I'm gonna say Ogween, Corey, and then Crowding. That's top three.
Crowding will need the race. He's live. I think Crowding starts like 13th or something. You know?
Yeah, I think 14th or something now. B2. Australia now. There we go. Fine.
There we go. We're getting ourselves in. Right, I'll go with. I'll kind of stick by Corey, I think, and then I'll probably go. I'm not gonna lie. I think this race might just be a Corey Ogween roller 1, 2, 3. But again, you never know. Like, see if Dylan's on the hards, he could stretch them. like the strategy, to my understanding, is probably like people will say like when we sit and talk about kind of what we think the strategy is, like they say there is like a meta. So I feel like the softs will probably barely be used, but again, like you never know. Prime one day could open up and somebody can chuck a fresh set of red boots on and get it. I think Saudi's one of the tracks like. I think Saudi could be one of the tracks where you could get away with the softs. I don't know, but aye.
Yeah,
I think but I think an early safety car could really ruin Dylan's chances if he is going to go in the hards. At the start, and plus like the hards are like they take so long to heat up. Like I remember in Bahrain just last week when we raced. I don't know about you, but when I came in, like the tires felt like ice for what felt like 3 laps.
yeah, I think it's a little bit different
Um,
around here, to be honest. I feel like the tyres are a little bit, just because of all the high-speed corners, it takes less time, but obviously it's probably more prone to spinning just because of cold tyres at high-speed corners. It's probably not what you want. But for cold tyres, it's not what you want anyway, but I feel like they'll warm up a lot quicker just because it's more high-speed corners, so yeah, and obviously with the broadcast formation up, the tyres should be nice and warm and toasty, which might help the hard tyre runners out as well. So yeah, I'd probably one of those tracks you probably want to start on the softer tyre of the medium than the hard, just because I feel like a safety car kind of lurks around. It's around the corner every time, so I mean we'll see. Might be a one safety car event. This race, I don't expect to see several, but VSC or safety car is likely to come out around this track. That's for sure.
no. Quick side note before the race starts. Remember when we used to do this? You used to always have Craig listening and he used to always like ask us a question. Can I miss that? I was looking at the chat there and like, can I see it? But I don't know what Craig's doing these days now. So whatever he's doing, all power to you.
Craig's cues.
But I miss Craig's cues, to be honest. Like, I mean, it was just times that we sat and he asked something and like we just normally kind of sat and answered these questions during this wee break and that in between. The good times, Max. It's been a wee while. But I don't know. I don't know if you've seen an official ETA for when an official start time for this. So, and plus the information laps don't really hang about either. Like that was quite quick. Like so.
Yeah.
On the, but absolutely ready for it.
Yeah. Well, here we go.
Shut my one day.
The time is ticking down, and
That is true.
a shorter break, just because we didn't need a longer break. We did last time, so.
Yep. That's it. Aye.
See if
Ken.
the tyre choice has changed, and they make their last-minute adjustments, and we will see the tyres when it pops up, and Crofty fills our ears.
Crofty's trying to nick my job. Try and nick our job. Let's see what's happening then. Who's on what tyre? Is Dylan still on the hards for the start? That's my question. Crofty!
No.
Right, Dylan's changed his mind. Right, that's interesting then.
But interesting enough.
Jib jab para.
Jib jab para Ditto were all on the hards last time I looked, and they have all stayed on the hard tyres. So no change.
So the only one there, is Dylan on the mediums instead of the hards. Was on the hards last time, but again we'll just let Crofty do his bit.
So yeah, it should be a medium hard strategy, barring any safety car appearances, maybe at the end or whatever may happen. But yeah.
Well, anyway, we see Corey taking the pole position slot there as everybody else edges into play just behind him, and we're going to wait for the 5 lights as well. as we see the Williams,
V2.
Andres at the back. Oh, it's all dark. V2 at the back. I forgot. Wait, so you've got a Williams at the front, Williams at the back. It's a Williams sandwich ultimately. But we're waiting on the 5 lights. It's Corey on the left, it's Ogween on the right, it's Roland Dillon in row 2. As the lights come on, we're at 3, we're at 4, we're at 5. The cars are revving, the lights are on and they're about to be off. We're off and we're racing, and it seems to be a relatively clean step for the front there as Ogween is trying to get himself alongside Corey, but Corey does manage to just get himself in front. Roller trying to go around the outside of Ogween to make it 2 wide, as we see 3 wide in the background there with the McLaren, the Williams and the Mercedes, as it does get a wee bit all pushed up and compact there. V2 is already some way back there as some of them are starting to fight over. Dillon's lost the place, Sem's up 1, Ogween's up 1.
Cars all over the place in the background.
Oh, and it's Yellows off through the first sector. The Ferrari, Griffiths has dropped back off the queue as well, and I'm going to get the position changes up there as well to make my job a bit easier. So Roland, Ogween have switched, Sem and Dillon have switched, Crispy up 2 for P8, Elite up 3 as well, big gains for Para as well, up 5 already,
Griffiths
just knocking
gone
on the door of the top 10 there. As somebody's went off in the background, you're saying there, sorry Max?
Yeah,
Can I
Griffiths has
get your word there?
gone off in the background. It's a bit side-by-side action between Jib Jab and Andres as Para. Yeah, so it's 2 seconds back to Para as W Turner, I think, has had an awful start. Just dropped back, he's got damage.
So Turner's got some damage on the Alpine there. Is it on the front wing? Can you see?
Yeah, front left end plate is gone.
Front left.
Whereas, Corey's trying to stretch clear. Ogween on the back
go.
though.
And Ogween might have lost a place off the step, but he's immediately looking punchy as he seems to try and get a better exit off the back of 27 there to try and get a run on the Red Bull. But it's Corey leading for Roller, Ogween, Sem and Dillon making up your top 5 on the first lap. We've got 24 mile left. It seems to be a long race, so strap yourselves in and enjoy the company of myself and Mix. As Ogween gets right underneath the rear wing of the Red Bull there, and Ogween, we might not have seen too much. He might have been a bit slow off the start originally. Roller did look really punchy when he was outside of turn 1 to get the inside of 2, and he did kind of close the door on Ogween, but again, it was all unfair racing. But Ogween, for what we can see, Mercs, is the Aston Martin seems to look a bit punchier, at least in early doors.
Yeah, it does. And speaking of doors, crowding door has had the fattest jinx by me, so I do apologise. And Andres has left the session, so I'll quickly get him back in. But looks like Corey has taken the early win. Can he hold on for the rest of this race?
And we've got everybody in the top 10 all within a DRS train. DRS is activated on the 3rd lap, of course, and there is 3 DRS detection points. So once they come into play, I think Corey might be looking every sure that bit more. He does seem to look relatively comfortable, but again, everybody in the top 8, top 9, top 10 even, like, look to kind of be set in their ways as they all just go single file through the final corner to start the 3rd lap. And again, Ogween is right underneath the rear wing of the Red Bull, and I think if you are Roller, you're looking backwards before looking forwards, because Ogween is always getting so close. Like Ogween, like again here, look, you can see him, he's so much more confident in the brakes, and he's just tapped the back of the Red Bull there as well. So you can see Ogween has that confidence in slowing the car down. Roller, not quite up to speed with that just yet, but again, that time will probably come. Again, familiarity will kind of like obviously come in after like the first couple of laps, but again, it's crucial for the Red Bull not to lose DRS, as Corey does look relatively comfortable in front. Ogween and Sem and Dillon, everybody just basically knocking on each other's door, trying to find a way by. But again, once DRS is open, I think it'll be a completely different story.
Yeah, yellow flag as Griffiths has gone again, and that is a VSC. VSC. Doesn't say, but I didn't see the safety car coming out. There's yellow flag everywhere, so I believe it's a VSC.
And I think so, as everybody seems to be still at
safety car
racing
hasn't come
speed,
out of the pit lane either, so VSC, and that will spread out the pack even more.
You can tell because Ogween's lifting, Roller's leaving a gap, Crispy's leaving a gap. They're all leaving gaps to try and meet their deltas. And this could be interesting as well because I don't know about you, Max. My honest opinion, I hate the VSC restarts because I feel like you can lose it if you don't get this right.
I had a VSC around here a couple of days ago and I got a drive-through because the VSC on the straight just went down massively before I even realised. So that's where it's just going into the corners as the DRS is enabled and we are green flag once again. So it's important for race rollers to try and stay within DRS and keep the tyre temps. People are in the pits. There's a lot of people in the pits actually, so quite a lot of action going on in the pit lane. But yeah, race roller really does need his DRS. So does everyone else in this train, really.
And that's it as well. Everybody in that top 10, top 9.
Crispy's gone.
Crispy's made a mistake.
Crispy's spun, hit the wall, and that's his whole front wing off.
And that's the same place as like Mick Schumacher did in qualifying last year as well. There as well. Like, that is a really sketchy bit though. Like, I'm not going to lie, Mix, I really hate the menus on this. It doesn't make my job any easier. But again, quick side turn back to Crispy there. Like, I'm assuming he's probably just had a wee bit of a wobble through the final bit of the first sector, tried to correct it. Carl's going really for it, hits the wall, no wing.
So easy to do, and that means Phil the Power is now detached from Dylan. So 5 cars within DRS, even Dylan's starting to get detached from the front 4. And race roller in DRS then, and this is his first chance he'll have with DRS down towards turn 1.
And as long as if you're roller, as long as you're keeping in Corey's DRS, it completely eliminates any kind of threat for Ogween and Sem. Dylan, again, just like you were saying, jumps in and out. Ogween there again, Max. I don't know how many times we're going to notice it, but he just looks so much more confident. And the brakes, Griffith's retired.
Track.
That's in the second sector. That's in the second sector.
Is another VSC, I want to say. I don't see the safety car coming out onto the track. And Crispy in the pits is the only car in the pits. So another VSC, as the car has already been cleared away. So,
and that's it as well. Like with a VSC as well, like it's maybe a wee bit of a blind blessing for Crispy as well because he's getting a wing change and he would have probably come out behind that. He's probably just about to come out in front of Turner in Crowden and Division. He would have come out behind them if it wasn't for this VSC, so he's probably got
a couple of free drive-throughs maybe. Andrew has left the session again. Is that drive-throughs for all those people? It is drive-throughs for Jib Jab and Paraquix. So he picks up a time penalty.
Alright, drive-throughs, again, like this is it, like, there needs to just be a wee button where you can just like press the Y button like you do for your DRS or your pit lane limiter and just do that. Because see the Delta, see trying to match that, it just simply doesn't work because it's too, in my honest opinion, it seems to be too inconsistent. But the top 5 are keeping it relatively consistent to each other in terms of general pace. As you can see them there, 5 different teams, all within maybe just shy of 2 seconds each.
2.2 covers the top 5 currently, and yeah, Race Roller doesn't seem confident enough, like Ogween does.
Williams sparking through there, to be honest. I'm going to just jump on board because I love this shot that I'm getting through the first sector, just like on the back of the Williams. You can just see him take us through the first sector and you can just watch the snake foley us through the sweeping corners of the first sector there as well. But again, it's like you've got everybody in the top 5 all within each other. But again, this is going to be a race more strategy than it is the actual wheel-to-wheel racecraft. I think whenever your pit wind is going to be, if you're doing medium to hard, you kind of probably want it. As you were saying, like we were talking about Bahrain, like again, Bahrain very different from Saudi, but again, the overcut seems to be quite a powerful tool as well. Like, you never really floated overcut in previous F1 series or F1 games or divisions or whatever, but in this game, the overcut seems to be just as handy as the undercut.
I wonder if Ogween is going to shape up for a move here. Yellow flag in sector 3 as that Sem has gone. Sem has spun round there. Ogween's going to go for a move though. Is he? Oh, they're all getting closer on Corey. And Race Roller has to go defensive. But yeah, Sem's obviously spun, and these 3 are getting a lot closer now, and Dylan's just got detached a little bit. Maybe we might go 3 wide into turn 1.
Oh, and there we go. Got Roller gone to the right. We've got Ogween just keeping himself in. Roller's going to try and make it round the outside. Is he going to make it stick? Corey, as they gain this up easy, as they go side by side into turn 3, Ogween right underneath. I've skipped to Dylan, but it's Roller getting the lead there, and apologies for the very bad casting there. It jumped to Dylan by mistake there, and we completely missed Roller confirming the move. But again, for us sitting there like chucking any kind of subtle shade to Roller, saying he was there, he's up to speed there. That was, I thought Corey lost it there. I thought the same thing. I was about to start screaming there. I was about to.
Give us a heart attack there. I mean, Jesus. Yeah, obviously a little bit of lag as Roller's gone really slow off the exit, and
he's gave Corey the place back.
Corey is now ahead. What's happened there? That seemed a little bit. Well.
Ogween's going to run, sorry. Ogween's going to run! Oh, it's very tight between there, but Ogween makes it stick. That was a very tight space to fit his Aston Martin through, but he's made it work.
What's happened to Race Roller in the last half lap? I don't really know, but...
Has he got damage? He's got damage. Has he got damage?
Is it?
No, he's no. I can't see any damage on the front wing, but again, the Red Bull's column is kind of subtly blended in with the tarmac. I can't really see anything.
This is just how Dylan just come right back with all this going on. Dylan's now back caught up, but I don't know.
It's not as if
here comes Ogween, right?
Ogween! Ogween's making the move this time. Is he going to try to do the same move as Roller? I guess it done well before the exit of turn 2. But Corey's going to try and go for the switchback. And is he going to try and get himself alongside? He is. They're going to go side by side at the turn 4. This is single file. Ogween squeezes them out but makes the move. It's a lead for Ogween as Corey comes down to P2. Roller right underneath the rear wing of the Williams again. So Roller's, whatever momentum he lost there, he's quickly fun it again and go to sell back on it. But Ogween already 7/10 of a second away from Corey. And that's just in the first sector as Liam's gave you a message. Oh, he gave us a message just to say like, if Andres keeps joining the he might as well just kind of tell him to just retire if he keeps having connection issues. Yeah. Sim is into the pits there as well. Onto the softs, so Sim will definitely need to pit again. Did he pit?
He already picked for hards. Yeah, well, he picked for hards, so I don't know if he's just got damage again. And yeah, I don't know. It's a shame for Sim, really. Obviously, he kind of had to gloss over it with all that going on at the front, but he's spun now 4th place through here, turn 23.
Oh, sorry, Max. I'm on board with Snipes, who's right underneath the rear wing. He risks going up to the final. He's finally still between an Alfa Romeo sandwich here, but I don't know if Snipes is going to try and make the move stick here. His yellow flag's out in center, so that's the McLaren. That's Para. Para's on the exit of the spoon, on the far end of the circuit, but Snipes is shaping the cell up. I can see. Is it a move for the lead here, Max?
Corey's going for a move. He's going to the inside. Ogween's let him up the inside. Banging wheels.
Banging wheels there.
Still banging wheels.
Keeps. Oh, is it the same again?
Same again, but the other way
the same side. And it's Corey going to give him. Oh, he's not going to give him the pinch. He's going to get in front. But again, this. If I'm not going to lie, Merckx. If you're in this top 4, you're wanting to be Dylan, who can save his tyres and keep the pace. Well, these 3 are fighting over the same piece of tarmac. This is playing into the hands of the McLaren.
Yeah, I was going to say I didn't know if Dylan does have the pace of these top 4, but he might just not be pushing that hard, to be honest. But yeah, I think he's doing fine. I don't know how much ERS he's got. He's only got 32% of ERS. So meanwhile, Race Roller has a whole 83. So Race Roller's sitting pretty on the ERS front.
I think this is kind of as well. Like this is the intrigue. This is the strategy that kind of comes into it as well. And I think Roller might just be saving his battery for a point where he needs to like defend quite hard and quite significantly. As Elite's picking up a time penalty there as multiple warnings start to kind of keep into play, and the yellow flags.
Not sure who.
Para again.
Yeah. I was going to say Snipes obviously got past at Elite during all that, but I think we're going to see a lot more changes of position still as we go down towards turn 1. He's right up. I think DRS is so powerful around here. As Corey's already defending, and no move on offer there. And
like just looking at it again, Max, like see if there's if there's one thing that I'm noticing about this front battle, and like Ogween particularly, again, I can't stop myself from hammering this home, but he's so much more confident in the brakes. Like And it's not like, I kind of like obviously you close up to the car in front, and that Ogween had a wee bit of a wobble there. You could see it very briefly on the broadcast camera there, and that's allowed Roller to get a run. But I don't think Roller's going to try in and into this spoon curve. I'm just going to call it spoon curve. I can you get spoon in Japan, but you're going to get spoon here. It's a very tight. It's a very much a tighter spoon.
I don't.
But it's.
I'm still trying to figure out what happened to Race Roller and that when he got the lead and then he lost 2 positions on the same lap. I was still trying to work out how that even happened, but maybe he just didn't use any of his ERS or something, but it was really odd.
I don't know, like, it could be the battery, or it could be a momentum thing. I don't know, like, it felt weird to just lose so much pace that quick. Is somebody's, I don't know who left the session there, but somebody's name come from the bottom there.
Joining the session.
I think Andres might need to just come in and just call it a day, to be honest, if this is what's going to happen. But again, I think Roller's probably just kind of biding his time here, and it's just like, Cody's coming in, Ogween's coming in. Oh no, he's not. Cody's coming in. Oh right, so Cody's in.
The undercut.
Interesting.
See all these guys up there. So no moves into turn 1. So yeah, the undercut from Corey, undercut from Snipes. Should be interesting. I'll just see him message Andres and see. But yeah, see how this undercut works. Oh, I'm on board with Division. Sorry, I'm going to just try and see if I can get a wee battle somewhere in the midfield. And Division's right behind Crowden. Got to the final corner. Who's getting the DRS off of Crispy? This is the battle for the P12. And you've got Turner in 15th as well, and Jittle on the mediums as well. So this is quite. This is a battle for P12 at the minute as well. So we're looking at the battles at the back of the field as well as the front. Like, I feel like we've kind of seen a bit at the front, so we'll see what's happening elsewhere. As Division is in the middle of that. Crispy's leading this train. But again, if you see anything at the front, please notify me and I will jump straight back onto it. Is that Division again? And I think this. Oh, the Alpha Tauris went really wide there, and Turner's went up the inside. Division and Jittles managed to get his wide by there as well. As the Alpha Tauri actually just took like such a wide line through the first sector there, Max. I don't know if you noticed it. Okay, obviously you were saying at the front, but again, I'm going to just actually jump back to the front because I can see Roller right underneath the rear wing at Ogween. See if they come into the pits, of course.
Ogween, what does he do? He keeps it left.
Roller stays.
Right, Roller stays out.
Dylan stays out.
So I think this might be maybe where the battery is coming into play. I want to actually watch Ogween's pit stop to see where he is going to come out in terms of. He manages to beat the Alfa Romeo at the pit lane, so the Aston Martin pit crew there, pit boys and girls, getting him out there. Corey's come down the pit straight there on the left, on the racing line there as well. Ogween manages to just beat him out in the undercut, but Corey, as you were saying, is going to have warmer tyres there as well, so Corey will probably be ready to gear it.
Look how much speed. But he will be able to overtake.
Run the outside, is he going to make a stick? Oh, it's so close on Corey's. Oh my god, I don't know if it's contact, but. Oh, it was just a big wiggle.
Big wiggle from both of them, I think.
Wiggle. It was honestly like that. That was like see-through there.
Oh, he's gone.
Oh, and he's going to try again. Never mind. He's going to get it. The tyres, the temperatures in the tyres are side by side. They are side by side. Corey's on the outside, but I think he's managed to beat him in the turn, whatever that one is. I don't know.
All eyes on
turn like 13, 14.
All eyes on Ray Stroller and Dylan. Then Dylan's dropping off the back of Ray Stroller. Let's see what the ERS front is looking like. He has used a lot of his ERS, so this could be crucial for Ray Stroller. He's got to pit now, surely. Yes, he's coming in.
Dylan stays out.
Oh, Ray Stroller's spun. Ray Stroller's spun.
Oh, he's spun in the pit lane.
He's got 5. He's spun in the pit lane. Oh, that's. Oh, he's been beaten by the Alfa Romeo as well. He's got a 5-second penalty. Oh,
he's getting a wing.
He's got no wing. He's spun into the pits. It's a yellow flag all over the circuit. It's a BSC for good measure.
You never. And this is it as well. Like, that's. I'm trying to think of a lot. Like, you spin into the pit lane.
Yeah, just.
So what exactly happened?
He just
I completely jumped off him to jump onto Dylan.
He just. I don't know. Just there's obviously that little like chicane going into the pits. He just had like a rear lockup, and just Just locked his rears and just
That's
slid into the wall. Just the most bizarre thing I've ever seen.
that's so strange. Don't get me wrong though, it must be a Scottish thing. I remember David Coulthard done it a few times. So I remember he spun into the pit lane in he spun. He crashed out the pit lane in Australia all the years ago.
Crowding has just fired in the pits from the looks of it.
That's in the pit lane. Aye, so Red Bull just like fun like a house of cards there, to be honest. There we had Roller having the mistake into the pit lane, we just get curved door, calling it a day.
Dylan just wants to see SE to stay out for as long as possible. But
like, see, to be fair though, like if this extends, sorry, Max, just to cut you off. If this extends, he is sitting comfy.
Oh, Sim's got a drive through for speeding in the VSC, and I mean that's just bad to worse at this point. But I think Dylan will probably come into the pits anyway.
He's coming in. He needs to cover Corey and Ogwin off. He needs to cover them
So
off because
he gets in there nicely, but yeah, it was literally going through that right hand king. Metro just lost the rear, and that was all she wrote. Really into the wall, and had to do a 3-point turn to get out of it. But see where Dylan comes out. But looks like Ogwin's gonna have a run.
Dylan might maybe just. I'm going the wrong way here. Dylan might just be. Oh, aye. Just behind. The overcut seems to have worked there. To be fair, don't get me wrong. That maybe probably is the safety car, is the VSC as well, kind of helping him out there. But again,
he's got a penalty for good measure, 30-second time penalty for Dylan, and his tyres are going to be cold as well. So he'll drop off the back. Looks like it's turning into a 2-horse race now. Out front, there's Feel the Power is in 4th place now after that VSC. I think he pitted under VSC.
Aye, 1 lap hard. Aye, he must have. He's probably gained for that as well. And you've got Snipes and Elite. There is, I think they pitted maybe a bit earlier, but aye, Feel the Power really managed to kind of like jump quite a lot of positions there because he was just a wee bit further back. Roller, despite his mistake, is P7. But again, I don't want to check penalties because I don't want to like kind of like show people's penalties or their hands. But some of them might be drive-throughs, like you were saying there, 7 drive-through.
Well,
speeding.
Interestingly enough, Roller span and somehow got a 5-second time limit for speeding into the pit lane, even though he hadn't crossed the line yet. So I didn't quite sure how that worked, but he got a 5-second penalty for that, which was interesting. But here comes Ogwin. Don't know if he's close enough, right?
Is he going to? I don't think he's going to be close enough to try and make any kind of move into turn 1 and 2 here. But again, you can just see that Corey, like he'll pull away on the traction there. But again, like Ogwin probably, like their batteries are relatively healthy. They're pretty much on level terms in terms of the battery front as well. So they are pretty much just running at the same pace. To be honest, can't really say much in terms of that there, here and there, but Corey being put under pressure by the Aston Martin as we on lap 15 to 25. This race is kind of flew by, to be honest. This is one of the quicker races.
Yeah, won't forget his division is retired in the pits. Won't forget that the fact that Ogwin and Corey almost took each other out of the race.
Definitely.
Coming out of the pits, so yeah, Para has spun in the first sector, but he's been lapped anyway at this point, almost twice.
See,
Ogwin's got DRS and is a lot closer this time, so he might ever go into the final corner, but let's have a look. No, he won't.
No. He probably will. Oh, he's a bit deep, but he'll probably be setting his cell up for the run down to turn 1.
I think it's not too deep there.
See, I think that's kind of ruined his momentum a wee bit there. But see if you see honestly, like in hindsight, see, because you were saying there, like Corey and Ogwin had their side by side through the first sector, and like they nearly had an off. I don't know if that was contact or if that was just like Ogwin running wide and Corey trying to catch some steering. But see that played beautifully into Roller's hands should they not have made that mistake.
It was right there. I don't even know. It's just a clumsy mistake, really. I just don't really know what happened. Like all it looked like was just a rear lockup, but it just seemed such a tiny mistake and big consequences. unfortunately for his race, in the lower end of the top 10 come the end of this race. We'll see. But yeah, might have just scuppered his chances of getting out ahead of these two.
Definitely, and it was the same with Dylan as well. Like, I don't know what's happened to him, but I don't know if that's just like the tyre, like trying to heat up the tyres, and like that's kind of ruined his momentum on the battle for the lead, or for penalties maybe just kind of go to his speed a wee bit or something there. I don't know, but Dylan was coming out right behind them as well, and he's 2 seconds after Ogwyn, so
yeah,
Roller would have slotted right into that, maybe even been in front of Corey at this point. I'm on board with Elite Racing now, because there's a battle for P4 as well as a battle is for the lead. I don't know how close they're at the front, but it seems to be a wee bit too far back again. But if it changes, you can always let me know. But Feel the Power is actually catching Dylan as well. That he's slowly been eating into the gap, but it's not by anything significant, as the cars are starting to actually spark doing this pit straight as well. So you'll see wee sparks and wee flames coming out the back, which is actually quite a nice like broadcast camera shot, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, Feel the Power seems to have decent pace on him. Obviously has the youngest tyres of this trio. Race Roller just trying to make small gains into this. Kind of wants them to battle, to be honest, to lose time, but once again Ogwyn better through turns 1 and 2, but obviously you can't really make a move through there unless you're already side by side, so you need to, maybe he's just waiting for the closing stages.
Oh, sorry, just to completely cut you off there, Mix. Elite's managed to find his way by Snakes. I don't know if that was just the Mercedes making a mistake, or if that was just a genuinely good run off the spoon, but it was into that weird kind of hard right left in the second sector that the Alfa Romeo got it done. It's an Alfa Romeo 4-5, best team out there at the minute, like in terms of like general performance. P4 and P5 at the minute. It's still got 8.5 laps to go, but I can't really complain about how they're running, but that wee interchange there between the two has meant that they're out of DRS to Feel the Power, which he will be feeling a bit relieved, if you ask me, no having that pressure there.
Here comes Ogwyn. Ogwyn's putting on the ERS now. He's going to go to the outside. Is he going to be better? Corey goes late on the brakes and keeps the position, trying to go for the switchback. No, he's not going to get a move done here. He's putting the pressure on, though, and he's letting Corey know that he's there and he's going to try and go for the move. It's going to be these two to the checkered flag, yellow flag ahead, and that's Para gone round once again ahead of these two.
And there's an Alfa Tauri, ascend here as well. He'll have to he's just put up to the side there. He doesn't want to get in the way of the leaders, and again, like Sem, like very early on in this race, was in this battle and was actually looking relatively comfortable in that battle when it was a top 5, but the mistake means that he's running the bit at the back, just kind of getting the laps in, try and get some data for the car or whatever for the next race in Australia, which you can watch on the SLR F1 Twitch channel this time next week, which will be Sunday it's the 7th today, isn't it? So the 7th, that's the 14th? 13th? I can't count.
14th, yes.
14th. So the 14th of August, let's say May, 14th of August, 7 PM, it might be us, it might be Matt Silva, who you probably are more familiar with this time on a Sunday night over the last few seasons, but back to the action. Ogwyn, very much closer.
He's using his, Corey's weaving a bit now, he knows he's under pressure. I think he might not be close enough this time, but I think Ogwyn's forcing Corey's hand a little bit. In terms of ERS,
yellow flag.
Sem has spun out of the final corner. Oh, Ogwyn! That was very close. He might tap the barrier there, but I don't know if that's done anything to his front wing, but that's certainly a big moment for Ogwyn, but he does seem fine in the front wing. Feel the Power.
Feel the Power! He's crashed!
Race, and it's a safety car.
A full safety car.
It's a full safety car. Sem has retired. He was a lap down, I think, so he knew that his race was run, but Feel the Power.
He's on the way. Sorry, mate. He's on the way to the far left there. He's away in that corner. He's in there. How's that?
He must have just, I don't even know. He must have spun through the left-hander and just, I don't even know. I haven't gone that far off the road, but Yeah, safety car is out. That is going to allow the pack to come right back up. And obviously there's a couple of people with penalties. Mainly Dylan and Elite. Unfortunately for Alfa Romeo, it's looking so good. And it might just come back. It's come back towards Ray Stroller potentially. He will be able to get his 5 second time penalty removed. He got to come into the pits now, surely.
Oh, Ogwen's in, Corey. That's. Corey.
That's
I
a
don't know
mistake.
what's been done there.
That's you have to come in. So I know it's hard when you're the leader, but yeah, I think that's.
No, it's so hard being the leader in this situation. No, it really is.
I would have still come into the pits. Oh, Corey's almost hit the back of the safety car. I think you just got to come into the pits. It stands. Almost put it in the wall. So yeah, Race Stroller serves his time penalty, and well, I'd say Race Stroller's probably favourites to find his way back onto the podium after all this. Also you've got the AI of Andres. It's demoralising when you see everybody else coming to pits. Just so has decided to stay out. Interestingly, quite sure why, but
what? Sorry.
Yeah.
Just to come in.
Yeah, go ahead.
Aye. See, if you are Corey though, and you are leading the race, is the McLaren's just decided to kind of completely cut the. I don't know if that's just Para trying to unlap himself.
I think so.
Konyasha!
I don't think he can. He'll probably end up getting disqualified or something. Yeah, I've got.
Aye, there it is.
Yeah.
Aye. No, you can unlap yourself in real life, can you know?
Yeah, the game doesn't.
Game's weird.
The game doesn't like it.
Well.
But
Para's
he tried.
Para's guinea pig in that situation. You can always get a go, I suppose. But this is kind of it, innit? Like, I'm not gonna lie to you, Max. I don't know if you're Corey and you're leading this race. And you stay out. What she's done. He's stayed out. He's been caught. I think he's been caught out. But again, is it a matter of if he pit, would everybody else have stayed out? Is it a damned if you do, damned if you don't situation?
No. I think he goes through the whole field if he fits on the softs, to be honest. He goes through a lot. I think he goes through basically most of the. He would have come out where. I don't even know. He'd have come out P6. Yeah, he had a gap to where it was. Obviously, Andres is put in there because he hasn't pit, so he'd come out behind Race Roller, I think.
That still wasn't a bad result, to be fair.
So
because you get Snipes and Elite and Dylan, who probably
he'd only had to overtake 5 cars. I know it's Saudi Arabia, but he's on the softs compared to people on the hards. So, I mean, yeah. I mean, I don't want to berate someone for making a wrong decision, but. For me, especially looking at the timings, he would have lost 5 positions if everybody stayed out and 3 laps, 4 laps, whatever it will be. Yeah, 4 laps when V2 catch.
It's really what it's put like a really interesting spin on the final 4 laps of this race because it means that Corey is going to make that Williams as wide as they possibly can.
Paris just put in EA, put in lap cars, may overtake safety car in this game. Griffin's just said, Corey has screwed this. Yeah, I think he's all under the same impression, unfortunately. I think safety car should be in this lap.
We're all standing under the same umbrella in this situation, to be honest, as well, Griffiths. Like, I was kind of... Again, like, that's kind of it, like, because I'm not going to lie, I hate leading, and then having a safety car this late on in the race, but again, we will only go on about that. We will watch Corey try and put up some form of defence here for the 5 soft runners behind him, as well as we can't act like safety car's coming in, so Brett Maylander's going to park that Mercedes up, and we're going to see Corey
going to go off the final corner, I guess, or you'll get it really late.
I think he'll gun it. He'll either... he's leaving it late. bit again. We need to watch his telemetry. He can't use the brakes in a forceful
He goes.
manner, but I think he's gunning it now.
Look at
He's
Elite,
gunning it.
Elite side by side with Dylan down towards turn 1. There might be a move there.
Dylan's caught napping.
He has. It's
Is the Mercedes trying to hold it in. The Dylan's going to try to hold it around the outside. Elite makes the move. Snipes going to try and go around the outside into turn 4. And you've got Snipes there. Dylan just gone backwards off the restart here. Let's see what's happening there. Dylan, I think, just squeezes Snipes back behind him there and settles in behind.
Somehow.
Gain anything off there.
Somehow Corey's still ahead.
But I don't know how much longer he will be in the lead for as Ogween is just there. You can see the softs just have so much more grip through the first sector there. Corey is doing everything he can in his power to make sure that the Aston Martin, the Alfa Romeo and every other team don't get into the
It's
lead of
nice
this
side
race.
by side with Dylan in the background. Oh, is he going to go around the outside? Surely not going to go around the outside.
Oh, they've made it!
Oh, he's
They've
made it through the
wide.
free wide. Look, oh, race roller's tagged.
Oh, there's a spin!
There's contact,
Oh,
race roller's tagged.
Sorry.
Well, race roller's tagged the back of Snipes, and Corey is
Still side to side.
still ahead.
Sorry. They were still side to side through the second sector there between Stan and Dylan. Dylan just gone backwards. Elite. Ogween just looking this way, and that Ogween is being forced to the outside into turn 27. Is he going to try and hold it? Corey's going to have to try and edge him out, but Ogween's just going to have the grip. They're going to go side by side off the final corner. But Elite is right on the back of the Williams. It could be free wide. Elite is probably just trying to decide. I think you want to go to the inside here, mate. You want to get a hold it to the
No, he's
inside.
going to back out.
But Ogween. Oh, and Ogween and Corey.
Oh.
My goodness, Ogween hods it round the outside. You can see it there. Snipes is retired in the pits.
Oh.
But it's all kicking off at the front, and Ogween has got to where he needs to be. Elite is going to probably want to fancy his chances on Corey as well. You can just see him there through the S's. Corey, is they dropping off as much as we would have probably thought through the first sector there, but you can just see it now. It's edging up to 7/10 a second, and it's just. Aye, Corey, I think it is a really hard call to make, but aye, it's one of the things. But Elite, Dylan, Race Roller, everybody's just kind of waiting to see what happens. And
Yeah.
it's just, it really is all just kicking off. Ogween's probably he's probably buzzing at the fact that he's got by Corey, because see now, like, that was just hectic. That restart was just absolutely chaotic. And I think Ogween's just like, right, good. I'm out of that situation. Don't need to worry about what's happening behind me. I just need to focus on the lead and keeping that and building a gap.
Interestingly enough, Crispy could still find his way into the top 3 or 4 here as Elite going around the outside. Is he going to get the move done?
That's a tight gap. Oh, that is a tight gap there on the exit of turn 27. This is going to be a drag race down to the first corner. Corey has to tuck into the slipstream. Dylan's having to defend for Roller. It's all kicking off. Dylan edging Roller to the wall, but Roller's holding it round the outside. Roller's got the inside of 2. Dylan's going to have the inside for the wee kink of turn 3, and for turn 4, Roller has to sit in behind again. And it's all kicking off.
And Elite has to try and stretch his legs down with his time penalty next to his name. He really just has to put his foot down and drive as fast as he can, and hope that in behind they start battling and still trying to get onto the podium. And Corey still could end himself up on the podium. He's not going to win this race, but he could still finish in the top 3.
And this is it as well. Roller's probably looking quite comfortable here, like, as he can get. He's got a good run on Dylan here.
Oh,
again, it depends. Oh, and Dylan's going to. That's a tight. Oh, that's quite close. That is. Oh, that's just kind of showing roll to the wall there.
Enabled now, and Corey might have a run back at Elite here.
And I'm going to jump back to the front here. Elite, no danger. He needs to try and break the gap.
Dylan's had a good run. Dylan's had a really good run here. Oh, that's close. Weaving behind. Oh,
no, it's going to be free wide. Dylan's touched the back of the Alfa Romeo. Corey's going to try and get on the outside. Elite is probably going to give him more space than what Corey did the last time. Ogween is 2 seconds in the lead. Elite is leading the rest of the pack here. And they'll get one more lap. It's going to be free wide into turn 1. It's so close. Dylan's tapped it back.
Contact.
And through goes Roller on the outside. And that's up to P3. This is a big spin to the back.
Crispy's got caught up in it as well. and so is Stan and Elite. Oh, they're all gone around. And Race Roller's got through for third place. I don't really know what caused. I think Dylan might have tapped the back of Elite, and there it
Sorry,
goes.
done a bit of a wobble there through the first sector there as well. But and then Jettle's in the back of Turner, who's on the back of Jib Jab. So the two Haasies are melting in their sandwich.
These two are like miles back. It just come out of nowhere.
And the Haas is just understeered through the spin, which meant Turner gets through up into P5. Haas 6 and 7, and I think Jittle and Jib Jab don't squabble over each other, boys. You've got good points here. Jib Jab is going to have the inside. Jittle's running the outside. Jittle makes it running the outside. It's a brilliant move. It's a brilliant move here.
On the hard tyre, 10-lap-old hard tyres. He's absolutely flying into 6th race now. Can he hold on? He's going to go for the move on turner here, but...
We've got to jump to Ogween.
Jump to Ogween, have a look. Race Roller's going to go down the inside at the final corner as well. It's going to be a drag to the line.
But while they're having a wee drag race of their own, it's Ogween to take the one in Saudi Arabia. Roller's got the slipstream, but is it enough? It's 37 thousandths a second. But Cody keeps the P2.
As well.
Oh, there's big contact.
Oh my word. Okay.
That's a mess. That is a mess. Oh dear.
That is a mess.
That was a finish. That was some race.
That was a finish. I think Jitto ended up finishing 5th. Oh, I don't know. Didn't see it at the end there. Crispy ended up finishing like 6th, even though he could have got like higher than that. Hello, we need to game. Hello. Okay.
Hello? What's happening? You saying? Take a drink. Sorry.
I don't know. Game's just loading for me, so.
Yeah, I'm just watching the podium celebration. But Ogween does receive the winner's trophy here in Saudi, provisionally. Wait, I don't know. There's the Aston Martin crew there on the team. There we go. We've got the podium celebration, where I think it is just Rosewater in the Middle East. So, but Aston Martin won in Saudi. Williams held on for P2 and Roller with a bit of the fastest lap was 17 seconds max, 17.9. Don't know what's happened with that.
No, it's just it's a glitch with the broadcast. The first lap is always just weird.
Fastest lap is fastest lap's interesting. That is a take.
Let's invite these three to fight. That was a race, to say the least.
Well, while you invite them in, I'll do a quick.
As I say,
no.
While you were in the party, Griff was just like waiting for the through goes roller, and then you did anyway.
Oh no, I actually didn't. Oh, I played into the boys' hands, but you've got Ogween ended up taking the win here in Saudi Arabia. Corey and P2 Roller, your top 3. Dylan, Jittle, your top 5. And I'm going to just quickly jump to the phone. You've got Crispy, Jib Jab, Turner, Combat, and Stan rounding out your top 10 there as well. And it's like that is definitely. You don't really know how to step putting that into words. Like it was a really good battle for the lead for so long, and then the safety car came out and decided to bring everybody into the mix, and this the strategies kind of came into play. It was interesting to see what could have been, and we're going to find out what was actually the plan there. We've got the top 3 in the petty, have we? We've got top 3 in.
Yes.
There we go, troops. Make sure your boxes are ticked, troops, so we can get you involved. And do you want to do them, or you want me to do 1 and you do 2, or you want me to do 2 and do 1, or whatever?
I'll do them all. Why not?
You're a true gent. Honestly, the things I could say to you right now aren't safe for the stream, so I'll let you do it.
Great. So 3rd place was Race Roll in the end. I mean, a race of probably ups and downs for you in the end. Obviously making the a fortunate way to take the podium, but none more than you deserved based off the first half of the race. I just wanted to see your thoughts on what happens going into the pits under VSC.
Well, the game shafted me basically. I was going in the pits, and then the game gave me a 5 second penalty and then just turned me into the wall. So yeah, I mean, I would have overcut the other two as well if that didn't happen. So I was pretty pissed off. But yeah,
Yeah.
it was the game being a bit shite, to
Okay.
be fair.
For a sec, I thought I didn't know if it was like your mistake or well, I did probably. So I do apologize for when you may watch the stream back and say I thought you made a mistake because that's what it looked like on the stream. But there you go, that's cleared up. But as for after that, how would you sum up finishing third based off what happened?
Yeah, I mean, I was happy with qualifying as well. I think third was the best I could have gotten without in that with my pace that I had, and then obviously I had the pace, probably had the pace to win until the pit thing as you mentioned, and then after that I was catching up to all the front guys, and then the safety car came out, which sort of helped me quite a bit because I don't know if I've been able to get my penalty removed or not in the stewards. And made a few moves, and then tried to do a Lewis Hamilton on Snipes and Dylan, and then when I was pulling alongside Snipes, he turned left across me, and I couldn't really do much. But it is what it is. I mean, I still got third. I mean, there was a lot of crashes and drama that probably helped me, but after the pit entry fiasco I had and all everything that happened, well, I probably could have had the pace to win. I'll take third. It's not the worst that could have happened. So yeah.
Yeah, obviously another second, third place in a row, if I'm correct.
I think it's this another second, third place in a row,
Yeah.
or at least this season anyway.
Yeah, so obviously back-to-back podiums. Yeah, I think obviously you wanted more, but I think well done on the podium nonetheless. It was a good drive.
Cheers.
On to second place man, SLR Corey. Yeah, I mean obviously qualifying was ridiculously close. 7 thousandths of a second between the pair of you in the end. Snatched pole and then obviously went for the undercut, and then had a brief battle with Ogween, which almost put you both into the barrier. And then yeah, the safety car. I'll put it into phases. What was how do you think that first stint went, and why did you go to the undercut or go for the undercut?
Well, Imola last season came back to mind, which is obviously hard saying now when the undercut kind of won me the race. But then I realised that getting those tyres up to temperatures, especially the hards, are very, very hard to do in this game. Made a few mistakes on my outlap, then just came out behind Ogween on the lap after, and I knew he'd suffered the same issue. And as you said, I nearly put it in the barriers as we were going side by side through like turn 7, I think it is. But yeah, it was very, very struggling. Towards the end of that lap, I think me and Ogween then realised that because of what we did, Roller is going to get out ahead of us. But again, we kind of got very lucky that he had that incident with the pit lane, which ultimately did put him back with front wing damage as well, I believe. But yeah, the second stint. Sorry, Kevin, go on.
Yeah, obviously second stint it was going to end up being you two, and then the safety car happens. What was your thought process during that? Obviously, you've ended up with second place. Obviously, there was a lot of stuff happening behind you and with you, but yeah, why did you just want to do the opposite, or what was going through your head at that time?
Well, as you know, Merckx, Abu Dhabi 2021 came to mind, and my Hamilton instinct kicked in, stayed out, then immediately realised it was the wrong decision. But I think I'm definitely happy with Peter after this, especially with the pace Ogween's been showing this week has been unbelievable. But yeah, it definitely one of the most intense moments I think I've ever had making that decision. But it was a wrong decision. But again, P2, I can't complain.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's pretty well held on to for had a whole field of soft runners behind you, basically.
Yeah.
So yeah, well done on the second place. Then on to Ogween. Just missed out on pole, but in the end made Corey work for it. Made a race of it out front, and then snatched it right at the end. Talk us through that race, really. I mean, it's pretty faultless from yourself.
Yeah, I mean, I choked quality to be fair. I had another 2 attempts, but I messed up my first sector. But well done to Corey anyway for getting pole. And then my start was pretty bad as usual. Not great at starts, as you've probably seen. But on to the first stint, the mediums, I felt like I was a lot quicker than the roller and Corey. So I tried making moves, which I did. I got in the lead and I tried breaking the DRS, but it was too hard to do pretty much. So Corey got me back and then he went for the undercut, which I was going to do. I was going to pit on that lap, but he did, so I just stayed out another lap and overcut him because I knew I'd get out ahead because his hards would be freezing. But yeah, the second stint onto the hards, I felt so slow, and my wheel, the force feedback it just went. So I was driving on pretty much no force feedback on the second stint, which was annoying. But yeah, the safety car came out. I don't know what I don't know what Corey did there, staying out on the hards. But I was happy he did because it worked out a lot easier for me. And yeah, I overtook him around the outside.
Yeah, so obviously hopefully win number one for this season. What are your thoughts now for the rest of the season? Can you keep challenging at the front? Do you expect to be in a season-long title fight? Do you think you can challenge the season?
That's what I hope for, a season-long title fight. But obviously, Crispy and Mitzi and other drivers are really fast. A lot faster than me in the race, at least. But I'll try and improve each race and hopefully go for the title. But we'll see.
Well done on the victory, and there's to many more, hopefully. And yeah,
Cheers.
I'll give it back to Riggs.
Aye, right, I'll come back on. But aye, I've got our post race interviews done and dusted there as well. Just want to extend my congratulations to Top 3 for what has been a very thrilling Saudi Arabia Grand Prix. To be honest, it's been the safety car really kind of brought it into life. There was battles for the lead. There was mishaps in the pit lane. There was penalties. There was a bit of everything. And I was actually kind of expecting like obviously kind of when you look at Saudi Arabia, like it's been quite chaotic all through the weekend, and I think it's just continuing to deliver as well, despite my original perceptions of the track. But again, if that tickled your fancy, make sure you come back this time next week for Australia, 7 o'clock on Sunday the 14th. We don't know who'll be on the commentary team then, but I'm sure it'll be a good race, as if it's just anything like this on show this time next week. But I just want to extend my congratulations to Top 3 and just round out the stream, and we'll see you in the next stream. Right, I need to end it.